A telephone town hall utilizes the latest in communications technology to simultaneously call thousands of households and invite them to participate in an interactive discussion. Live participants can ask questions, vote in real-time polls, and provide information such as email addresses, lawn sign locations, and willingness to volunteer. Questions are processed by professional screeners and then prioritized by politician staff according to the desired focus of the tele-town hall. These forums sound and work very much like a live radio talk show. Russ Hiebert held a telephone town hall with Finance Minister Jim Flaherty joining as a special guest. We dialed 25,000 unique phone numbers in the South Surrey, White Rock, Cloverdale area. This structured tele-town hall was co-hosted by Kurt Cerveny. He acted as moderator and kept the call moving along by introducing questioners, running live polls, and repeating key information about Russ and Minister Flaherty. The number of participants slowly declines over the course of the call, although the most active and politically interested listeners stay online throughout. Here are the messages people heard in MP Hiebert's riding. 17,000 voters ultimately heard Russ's voice through one of these two messages.
Hello, this is Russ Hiebert, your local member of Parliament. I'm sorry I missed you. Tonight I am hosting a telephone town hall meeting with Finance Minister Jim Flaherty to discuss the upcoming federal budget. Thousands of your neighbors joined this virtual town hall event and were given the opportunity to ask questions of myself and Minister Flaherty. Find more information on the upcoming federal budget on my website at www.russhiebert.ca. Hello, this is Russ Hiebert, your local member of Parliament calling. Tonight I am hosting an hour-long telephone town hall meeting with Finance Minister Jim Flaherty to discuss the upcoming federal budget. This unique town hall meeting is a way for you to communicate with me from the comfort of your own home. To join this live telephone town hall event, just stay on the line.
After the caller was connected, the host and Russ spent a few minutes explaining what they were going to be discussing. This gave us an opportunity to populate the questioner queue with screened questions. Those who wanted to ask a question were directed to push 0 on their telephone keypad to be connected to an operator or screener who took down their name and a summary of their question. The name and question are posted to the web-based interface so that the co-host, Russ, the minister, and all the staff participating could see what questions were being posed. Constituency office staff ran the names through CIMS to see what sort of rating the questioner had and added this information. Then MP Hiebert's staff and the minister's staff engaged in live chat on the web interface to determine what priority should be given to each question. We moved the questions up and down the queue to create a structured event. The host then took the top-rated question, bringing the questioner live long enough for them to greet Russ and ask their question, then immediately putting them back into the listener pool so there was no follow-up or argument. Between sets of questions, we used the web-based control platform to run survey questions for the audience. Participants logged their responses using their touch-tone keypad. Polling questions can be simple or complex, and you can run up to 10 different polls. Also, this technology allows for you to collect other information by connecting listeners temporarily with a live operator who takes down their information. The co-host directs interested parties to take a moment to opt in with information such as their email address.
Good evening. My name is Kurt Cerveny, and we're having a telephone town hall tonight. We're having a telephone town hall with Russ Hiebert and Finance Minister Jim Flaherty, and thank you for joining us. You're going to have the opportunity to ask questions tonight of either gentleman concerning the budget. Now, if I may, I'm going to hand this off to Russ. Russ, tell people why we're having this call tonight, if you would, please.
Well, thank you, Kurt, and good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this historic telephone town hall meeting. This is the first ever telephone town hall featuring a Canadian finance minister. A telephone town hall meeting uses new technology to allow thousands of people to be connected on a phone call all at the same time. We've called most of the homes that we have telephone numbers for in our community, so you are now on the line with thousands of your friends and neighbors. The purpose of tonight's telephone town hall is to discuss the upcoming budget. As we act to close the gap in our federal budget, we must decide how to restrain spending. Tonight, our focus is going to be on what our government should do to help eliminate the deficit while protecting our economy and creating jobs.
We're going to take Karen next, but But before we take Karen, I want to remind people that if they wanted Russ's newsletter, they have to provide us with your email address. In order to do that, you need to hit 7. Hit 7 on your keypad now, and we have an operator standing by to take that email address. Karen, welcome to our telephone town hall meeting we're having tonight. Karen, what's your question, please?
Well, good evening, gentlemen, and thank you for your time this evening. I have a question regarding job creation. You said earlier in your address at Finance Minister that one of the things that you were looking at for the budget was creating sustainable jobs, high-quality jobs in Canada. I just want to know what that might look like this year in 2011.
It's a very good question, Karen, and I thank you for that. And we're working on that right now about what we can do to help stimulate job creation over and above what we've already done. One of the first things, of course, is reduce business taxes because it gives the job creators in this country additional money to invest in businesses, especially small businesses and medium-sized businesses, which create most of the new jobs in Canada. And we know from experience that the fastest way to create new, good jobs in the country is to reduce the tax burden on those people who create those jobs. So that's the first thing. The other thing we really need to look at, and we are looking at it, is what more can we do in terms of skills training for people to match the jobs that are becoming available. The reality is in Canada is we're going to face job shortages. We won't have enough people for the jobs that are going to be available as we go forward because of the demographic challenge we have with an aging population. So we have to match the skills of Canadians to the jobs that we know are going to be available. It won't be long, and we see it in some parts of the country already now, where we're starting to see some shortages of people available to fill the jobs that are there. So we've got to do that part with the community colleges and, of course, with the universities and with skills training with apprenticeships overall.